You know, sometimes I don't care about what I look like because I'm proving a point. You know, if you can listen, you can learn. All the other stuff you can change. But my trouble is with finding a job. What does qualifications have to do with performance? You know, they're two different things to me. It's two different words. They're not similar. You know, if you're wanting to listen and you wanting to take it serious, you'll be a good candidate. Qualifications for a job only mean that somebody trained you before you got the job. These companies are just don't want to take the time out and train you. Why? It costs nothing to train anybody. What is you have a company, $1 billion company, if you don't want to train somebody, then it's never going to be $1 trillion company because you know you're not wanting to put the hard work into it because people reach a certain pinnacle of their life where they finally have enough of money. I can slow down and I can treat people any way I want to. That's why I don't like money. Money gives people uh, a way to say I don't care about people. Why do we need to work? Because we need something to do with our lives. Why do we need to train people? Because people will not know how to do the job if there's no training. They wouldn't know what you want if you didn't train them. If you're not passionate about practicing treating people good, you're just going to be a mean negative person. That's the ending of the line. You know, if you're not wanting to practice and train yourself to be good, then you're a negative person. There's no in between. If you're not on that side, you're against that side. We have to figure out how to open the door. If they're wanting to give $5,000 bonuses to police and train people how to shoot people, they always want to train people how to use guns in this country, but they don't want to train people how to use machinery. You know, a table saw, a bandsaw, a chop saw. A sheet metal punch. I don't know. There's different machines out there that people need training on. It's not just, I have a license. If you don't want to give the license back to somebody and the qualifications to somebody, you're not giving them the opportunity to do the job. We have a bad market here in America because China's taking everything and treating their people a lot better than what America's doing to us. Americans are treating Americans like crap. We treat people like crap in this country. We need to take some kind of inspiration from what China's doing, the example of what they're showing, and bring it to our country. Our country's gonna be in war over work. People are out of work. Russia just started a war, hired a whole bunch of homeless people that needed a job to feed themselves and family, and killed a whole bunch of innocent Ukraine people. When are we gonna get it through our mentality? We have to train the blacksmith and the artist. I'm tired of being out of work because my temper didn't want to hurt somebody at the job and I chose to quit. They were treating me horrible at the job, so I decided to quit. They want to test my patience for the love of the company. Don't test somebody's patience for the love of the company. Don't pressure somebody to have faith and believe in your company. You should train people that love your company and reward people for working at your company. That's why we get a check. we get rewarded every week, every 2 weeks for working at your company. There's a difference. It's not power and control. It's rewarding and acknowledging people for their actions, taking responsibility for your actions, not hiding like Putin is doing, not mercenarily killing people to prove your point. Love is a mountain if you make it to be, and hate is a hole if you let it, or the other way around. Doesn't matter how you look at how full the cup is or how empty the cup is.